Hey, what's going on, guys? Here's something a little bit random. This is the 1/100 scale non-grade Seravee Gundam designer's color version. So this is basically just a kind of slightly different colored version of the Seravee Gundam, and it comes with some different markings on it, I believe, and I think that's kind of basically it. That's in terms of what's different between the designer color version and the regular version. I didn't really get this for the fact that it's the designer color version. I got it basically just for the fact that it is a pretty cool design. I've always liked the Seravee pretty well, and I don't think we're going to be getting a master grade of this anytime soon. And it was on sale. If you guys saw my gunplay delivery video, I got this not too long ago on sale from Hobbylink Japan for around 2,500 yen. I think it was around 25 bucks when normally the kit is the retail price on it is 42. So that's a pretty good deal on it, I thought. And so I thought, yeah, pick it up, paint it up, and see how that goes. Anyway, cool box art here on the front. One thing that I do love about the designer color versions of these kits, of the 1/100 scale non-grade 00 kits, is that the box art on them is all really nice. Just really cool artwork there, and just like the white background. It's all very nice. So there we got the Seravee Gundam there on the front, of course. On the side, just kind of the same thing there. This is number 20 in the 00 1/100 scale line. I think I've built maybe one or two other kits from the 1/100 scale 00 line. One that I can remember anyway is the Avalanche Exia, and I really quite liked that kit. Here we have a little bit about the gimmicks of it. It does have an LED light unit, and actually includes two LED units in the box, which is pretty awesome. So again, like 25 bucks for this kit, and it includes two LED units. That's pretty awesome. So they're both green, and those will go, I think, in the backpack, which is what's the name of the Gundam now? The Seraphim, yeah. And then one in the chest, I guess, which goes up into the head. So it'll be lit up. That's pretty cool. It just doesn't include the batteries. You have to buy those yourself. Nothing too bad about that. And then, of course, you can remove the Seraphim Gundam and have that just on its own. So there you go. Got the Seraphim Gundam. I'll probably just keep it on the backpack for mine, I think, but you can. I'll show you guys that in the review, of course, just for the sake of it. And then you've got all the guns, of course. The what is that? This is like I think that's a double bazooka, and like the two cannons over the shoulders. You can separate that, so you can have those big giant cannon things separate or together, however you want to do that. Pretty cool though, the giant guns. If you're the kind of person that likes big bulky mobile suits with big bulky giant guns, then this kit is for you. And also the arms can pop out of the front of the knees and hold the beam sabers, so it's a pretty hefty, heavily armed up mobile suit. So there you go, that's how it's going to look out of the box, just painted up and decaled up with the different markings that are included with this. Pretty cool markings. They're unfortunately not water slides though, so I'm going to try to get water slides for this. I need to ask Samuel Decal about that, if I can get some for it. I'm sure he's probably got the file for it. Then here's the rear view, front view of the Seraphim Gundam there as well, and then the designer color version. So there's a little bit about that, and like the designer comments, and then about just the regular decals that are included. And it's all in Japanese though, unfortunately, so I can't read that. I'll have to get a translator or something. I think this image is just comparing it to the regular version, although you can't really see it too well in that photo. And then it is once again selling for 4,200 yen. So I don't know what's this about the batteries. Maybe it does include batteries. I don't think so. I think that's just letting you know what kind of batteries you need for it, because I'm pretty sure no kits that I can remember, I don't know, I think they usually don't include batteries. So we'll see, I guess, here momentarily. In the first bag here, you can see there's the stickers and our multicolored A runner, I'm gonna guess. And then we've got some light gray here for the frame. There's the two LED units there. And then we've got polycaps, which are in a kind of translucent clear, milky clear color. That's interesting. Our beam saber effect parts, whole bunch of white parts, whole bunch more gray parts for the joints and frames and things, and then the chest, which I think is normally like kind of blackish, very dark gray, but in this case it's like a really dark green color. So that's one of the things that's different about the designer color version for this one. And then just a whole bunch of more kind of black parts there, and some foil stickers and some clear parts. Let's check out the manual here. I assume the manual is pretty much the same as the regular kit, except all the colors are different and adjusted. The photos are maybe adjusted, but I assume it's pretty much basically the same. So on the front, there's basically just the box art again. On the back, more kind of the same stuff we saw on the outside of the box. Some images there of it in Trans Am mode, and the mechanism there. Some nice illustrations. If you want to see just those illustrations there with the designer colors and markings all included on that. The Seraphim does look really cool, just like with little green accents and the green markings on there, so that looks pretty nice. And then painting guide there is there at the bottom, so especially if you wanted to mix up the designer colors, that could be useful for using that. Opening up to the center page, it's kind of similar to a master grade in that we've got a whole bunch of more information here, including some information about the mechanical illustration and the weapons over here, the GN Beam Saber, a little bit about the Gundam Meister there, Tierra Erd, and then some really nice line art. Hopefully I can get scans of this online for testing out some colors there, pop that into Photoshop. And then the back and illustrations there of the weapons and illustrations, just line art here of the Seravee Gundam. So a lot of great line art in here for this. That's cool. Our parts list here is all in color. That's interesting, but that seems to be the extent of the color, just maybe the front and the back page. The back page also in color here, just with the sticker guide where you're going to be placing the stickers there on those. And then just the construction all throughout, just going through building the body, the head, the arms, and the feet, I should say, legs, and all of that. The Gundam is done, and then building the Seravee Gundam, finishing up the Seravee, and then how to fold him up, and then how to put him onto the backpack of the Seravee, and then how to use the different weapons and gimmicks and things, and building the weapons here at the end, how to equip those, and do all of that. And it does look like it comes with an action-based connector, so basically very similar to a master grade, just minus the full inner frame, and probably minus some gimmicks. I'm assuming if this was a full-on master grade, probably have a little bit more in the way of details, a little bit more in the way of color separation and things. But let's check it out. Let's check out the parts. Alright, first up here is the foil stickers. In typical 00 fashion, they give you these in like really super dark green, but then the lighter part is in really light green color. It looks pretty nice for those, and you got a couple little red parts there. I'm assuming those are for the face, unfortunately. And then our marking stickers for the kit, which is a pretty extensive sheet of marking stickers here, so I'll probably throw a few of these on here just to give you guys a look at how that's going to look, but ultimately we won't really use these on the finished kit or anything, but you do have quite a lot on there. And once again, our two LED units here, just regular Bandai circle LED units. SB1 for our standard clear pink Beam Saber effect parts, and two sets of polycaps. It's strange that they're in this kind of milky clear, but it looks like we've got, what is this, PC123 and PC116 for all the polycaps for this guy. Alright, so here's Runner A in 4 different colors. We got some pretty just standard yellow there across the bottom, white, and then this clear green. I really don't like how a lot of the 00 kits, the clear green is like a pretty dark green, so it always looks really dark when the kit is finished. I wish that they were able to mold that in like a little bit more fluorescent green or something that would like look a little bit brighter. I don't know. And then for the red is obviously very different. It's in a very kind of like light salmon-y pink color instead of just standard red, so that's pretty cool. And then Runner B is in this really dark gray color, almost black, for just a whole bunch of different parts here. Probably a lot of parts, mostly for the Seravee. And the same thing here for Runner C as well. And we've got 2 of the C runners. So this is probably parts for the arms and legs of that guy, as well as some parts here. I think that's for like the cannon weapon as well. Runner D is in this light gray color. You can see we've got some different hand options on there and just some of the kind of inner parts, joint parts, and things like that. And Runner E as well, just in that same light gray color, just more of the joint parts and detailed parts here and there. And we've got 2 of this E runner. Runner F is just in plain clear, so this is going to be parts for the head. There's parts like for the eyes and the clear part on the top of the head, in the neck there as well, so the light will be channeled up from the LED unit into the head, and then some of the like GN condenser covers there, so all looking pretty nice. And then Runner G is the bulk of our white parts here for the kit, and they are bulky. There's not really all that many of them, but they are quite large. We've got 2 of this G runner, so this is going to be all the parts for like the arms and legs and things. And last but not least, Runner H, which is in this really dark green color. So again, this is another color that's a little bit shifted for the designer color version of this, and I think it looks pretty nice in this dark green color. It looks pretty cool. So there we go. That is the 1/100 scale non-grade Seravee Gundam. I think this kit looks pretty dope. I mean, it's a 1/100 scale non-grade kits, which you normally think like, you know, not that great. The one thing that I'm concerned about is just seam lines. I'm sure it's probably going to have its fair share of seam lines, but considering the kit is very blocky, always like straight flat angles and flat surfaces, like to get rid of seam lines is always easier, and it's not like it has a lot of detail that the seam lines are going to be running straight through some really complicated or complex details. So I think it should turn out to be a pretty cool kit when it's all done, and it should be a pretty fun kit to paint, so I'm looking forward to it. If you guys have any further questions or comments about this, of course feel free to leave those down below. Otherwise I'll have the review coming up for you guys next, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.